Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Watson, and today we're going to be looking at my top 5 quotations from Sheila Birling. These are just my suggestions, so feel free to use or discard them as you see fit. And if you know of any other quotations that I miss out here, you're more than welcome to help each other out by leaving them in the comments below. Let's get started. Slowly, carefully now. You mustn't try to build up a sort of wall between us and that girl. Here, Sheila is warning her family about pretending to be detached from or superior to the situation with Eva. The use of the adverbs slowly and carefully in the stage directions imply that she's thinking carefully about how to get this complex issue across, and there's a maturity to this. Also, the use of wall is a metaphor for the boundaries that the Birlings are trying to put up between the different classes and between themselves and the situation. I tell you, whoever that inspector was, it was anything but a joke. Sheila says this after the Birlings believe the whole thing was a hoax, and the majority of them are in denial. The phrase anything but a joke shows that the younger generation understand and are more socially aware than the older generation. Also, the use of the imperative tell shows Sheila standing up to her family. She's challenging them with self-confidence and certainty, which is a role reversal from what we saw at the beginning of the play, where Mr. Birling was the one full of certainty. Laughs rather hysterically. Why, you fool, he knows. Of course he knows. At the end of Act 1, Sheila says this to Gerald as he tries to keep his knowledge of Daisy from the inspector. The adverb hysterically in the stage directions imply that she has an early understanding of the inspector and is getting somewhat frustrated at the fact that the others are still pretending. Sheila insults Gerald with the phrase, "you fool," to signify that he is a fool compared to the knowledge of the inspector. And the use of the verb knows builds on our understanding that the inspector is omniscient, meaning that he knows everything. But these girls aren't cheap labour. They're people. This is another example of Sheila standing up to her father's capitalist views. The phrase "they're people" tells us that Sheila does in fact carry some socialist views, believing that the women who work in factories are not just objects or part of the machinery, as Mr. Birling seems to, but that they are in fact individuals. There is an element of social awareness being shown here that hasn't been present from any of the other Birlings. Now I feel really engaged. Sheila says this in Act 1, when Gerald presents her with an engagement ring. This shows her mirroring the attitudes of her family before the inspector arrives and alters them, in that she's materialistic and only really sees true value and truth in her relationship to Gerald once he has given her a piece of jewellery. It conveys the capitalist idea that wealth is more important than affection. Okay, I hope this was useful to you in your revision of An Inspector Calls. If it was, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up, and if you know of any other quotations from Sheila that I haven't used here, you are more than welcome to put them in the comments below so you can support each other with your revision. Also, why not subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future videos just like this one. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.